We must be heading into an election season, right? Because 'tis the season to get Me Too'd. Check this out. Sound of Freedom founder Tim Ballard. Okay, the good Tim Ballard, who set up, Operation Underground Railroad, saved dozens, if not hundreds of children from a life of total... I don't even want to say it, man, because it's like there's no more vulnerable class of people that are out there and no more heinous of a life that they could be forced into against their will. And he's out there doing some actual good stuff instead of just from behind a computer screen going, well, I do good stuff. You can't criticize me. And now he's getting hit with accusations. I mean, come on, man. But yes, a Sound of Freedom founder, Tim Ballard, played by Jim Caviezel in the hit film, stepped down from Operation Underground Railroad after being accused of sexual misconduct by 7 women. I am so sure that these are true. We just have to take a look. The anti-slavery activist, whose story has turned into a hit film, Sound of Freedom, has been accused of sexual misconduct by at least 7 women. Oh my God. Well, there's 7 of them, in the words of Megyn Kelly. Can we just investigate these accusations? Because maybe these women are finally telling the truth. Maybe this is one group of women who are finally telling the truth. Tim Ballard, a Utah-born former CIA agent who founded the nonprofit Operation Underground Railroad in 2013, is accused of pressuring women while on missions to rescue children. Total fucking cap. I'd imagine that I've seen a recreation in a documentary. Not Sound of Freedom yet. I don't even know how it's being digitally distributed at this point in time, but I've seen the way that he sets up these things in order to free these kids from this, awful existence. Some of the chicks that show up to these parties are of age, are of legal age. Some of them are madams working with the pimps that are in there as well. I would imagine... I'm just kind of thinking because, you kind of got to play the role in order to get everybody feeling calm and comfortable before, the Haitian, Colombian, Venezuelan police come and kick down the doors in order to bust up the rings and set the children free. So, yeah, especially if, he's out there on missions. All of the chicks, 7 chicks come from abroad and, he was trying to proposition me for sex. Yeah, it was either A, a fucking act, or B, wow, it seems awfully convenient for you to come out with these accusations. Now that the movie and his profile have really taken off. Wow, where have we seen this before? All right, every other fucking time. Ballard allegedly pushed the women into sharing a bed with him or showering together, telling them it was necessary to convince traffickers they were married. I mean, calm the fuck on. Source told Vice News Ballard, who resigned from Operation Underground Railroad in June, sent at least one woman a photo of himself in his underwear covered in fake tattoos. Oh my God, see, that's definitely him. You just can't see his face. And all of those are fake tattoos, so okay? Because Tim Ballard doesn't have any identifying markers. I don't know if this is true or not. I'm just going with what the accusation could be. But no, he's covered in fake tattoos, bro. So therefore, that's definitely him. What the fuck are we doing? And, where did they go to this? Vice News? Oh my God, bro. Ugh. The married father of 9 allegedly asked another woman how far she was willing to go to save children. Yeah, but it sounds very sexual in nature, right? A letter from Operation Underground Railroad sent to donors this summer reads, it was ultimately revealed through disturbingly specific and parallel accounts that Tim has been deceitfully and extensively grooming and manipulating multiple women for the past few years, with the ultimate attempt of coercing them to participate in sexual acts with him under the premise of going where it takes and doing whatever it takes to save a child. Okay. Ballard, who is considered at a run for Senate. Oh, wow. All of us. Yeah, because I remember that story coming out. And then you tell me that this story comes out at the same time. No, not coincidental at all. He's going to be running for the currently vacant Senate seat that Mitt Romney's going to be retiring from. Round of applause for that one. But, after he says that, I'm thinking about running for Senate. Oh, wait, no, we got these allegations that, do you know why he left Operation Underground Railroad? Yeah, because he was doing some fuck shit behind the scenes, I'm sure. Come on now. Ballard was approached for Daily Mail for comment, and he's too busy going, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, told a Boston rally over the weekend it's not true. Nothing you hear is true. It just always seems so opportunistic. Kind of fucking weird, huh? Ballard is shown working to rescue young girls from a Colombian sex trafficking ring. All right, Colombia, you're right. And the plot, loosely based on his own exploits, by which Ballard freely admits has been embellished. Yeah, exactly. It's Hollywood, baby, and we need to tell a bit of a trumped-up story. So yeah, heightened drama, heightened tension, all of that shit. Like I said, haven't seen the film or anything. Overwhelmed by the success of the film. It's a very sensitive topic, and the amount of money that it's raised and the amount of good it's done in order to put a heightened spotlight on some very despicable people and what actually goes on and why a closed and secured border is so important. I'm just saying it's very interesting. It's very interesting, the timing on these accusations. Once again, where have we heard that before? Every other time. Sound of Freedom's themes have struck a chord, in particular with conservatives. Oh wow, including mainstream Republicans interested in educating and other children's issues, and evangelicals who have responded to the movie's religious overtones. It has also resonated with far-right QAnon believers. There's any of those people that are left? No, it's just mainstream media once again trying to paint them with a 2020 brush when it just wasn't even that big to begin with. Believers who have for years spread alarmist fears of child endangerment. Yeah, because it's a far-right conspiracy theory, because you want to take the safety of children and their sexual exploitation seriously. Okay, weird to assign that to conservatives, but all right. Such as the idea that child sex trafficking ring was run out of a pizza parlor. Well, hey, just because it wasn't out of that particular pizza parlor, doesn't mean that there's not some validity to that. You might have got the location wrong. Just take a look at the humanitarian endeavors that the Clinton Foundation likes to do in Haiti. I'm just saying, if you're looking for something to do, if you have a few hours to kill, just go take a look at that. Was shunned. I'm sorry, what? The film was shunned by big studios. That's probably what they meant. And released independently, going on to be one of the most successful independent films in history. And yeah, by the end of the year, probably dollar for dollar on a comparison like that, probably the most profitable film of the year. Like, obviously, Barbie, Oppenheimer has a good chance of breaking $1 billion. And Super Mario film, at the end of its run, Sound of Freedom probably making, 3 times its budget back. That's really good, man. Making over $200 million domestically. I think it's just, or is started to trickle out internationally. So we'll see what happens at the end of the day. But on a $40 million budget, the numbers escape me at the time being, but it's performed exceedingly well. Released on July 4th, it was supported by Donald Trump. That's President, you fucker, who held a screening at Bedminster Golf Club and spoke to Ballard for his podcast. Yet, on June 22nd, Operation Underground Railroad severed ties with Ballard without explanation. A letter from sent to donors was obtained by journalist Lynn Kenneth Packer. Oh, a woman. He read the letter in an episode of his podcast several weeks ago. An Our employee who accompanied him on an undercover operation filed a sexual harassment complaint against him with the HR department. The letter reads, "Okay, cool. And where the rest of the women come out? Oh wow!" And this just so happened to be just weeks before the release of the film. Oh, okay, interesting. This resulted in an extensive internal investigation into Tim and the individual operational tactics, and led to more women speaking out as part of the investigation process. No, they were just paralyzed in fear and couldn't come forward without being prompted to, because of the bravery of another woman end up cracking the dam, or whatever other tired fucking tactics they just trot out time and time again. It was ultimately revealed through disturbingly specific and parallel accounts that Tim has been deceitfully and extensively grooming and manipulating multiple women for the past few years, with the ultimate intent of coercing them to participate in sexual acts with him, under the premise of going where it takes and doing whatever it takes to save a child. Again, I'm starting to rely on my theory a little bit more, not because I'm narcissistic or anything like that. It just kind of seems to make the most sense. Okay, cool. These chicks who are also involved in these child trafficking rings file an anonymous complaint, and wow, the other rings that he ends up helping to bust up all of a sudden have similar complaints, all saying that, oh my God, yeah, they asked me to, what am I supposed to say? Oh, how far am I willing to go to save children? Yeah, no, he was a creep, I think. The letter said ours, board, and lawyers have made agreements preventing executives from discussing the circumstances of Ballard's exit from the organization. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, once again, sounds really on the up and up. They said the agreement has made it virtually impossible for them to defend the organization against Tim's false narratives. Tim's false narratives. Oh, okay, cool. Remember, guys, these are so egregious, they just kept it all in-house and used it as an opportunity to go ahead and kick somebody out who is responsible in founding the organization. Oh, okay, interesting. Seems like a power struggle. Just for comparison's sake, how well did that work out for Project Veritas? You kick out the founder and the main guy in charge of all that stuff because you want to go in a new and interesting direction. All right, you just closed your door and fired everybody. Oh, interesting. And how's James O'Keefe doing? Oh, fantastically. So fantastic, in fact, that now he's under investigation by the DOJ. Wonderful stuff. You speak the truth, and then your censures, they will be coming from every fucking direction. Oh, over the weekend, the Mormon Church, of which Ballard is a part, issued a rare rebuke condemning in a statement activity regarded as morally unacceptable. They did not specify what they meant. Yeah, exactly. Allegations are bad. Imagine that. The letter from the Church of Latter-day Saints also accused Ballard of using the name of their president, M. Russell Ballard, who is no relation. President Ballard and Tim Ballard, no relation, established a friendship a number of years ago. Okay, weird. That friendship was built on a shared interest in looking after God's children wherever they are and without regards of their circumstance. However, that relationship is in the past. For many months, President Ballard has had no contact with the founder of Operation Underground Railroad. The nature of that relationship was always in the support of vulnerable children being abused, trafficked, and otherwise neglected. Once it became clear Tim Ballard had betrayed their friendship by what means, it really doesn't much matter, through the unauthorized use of President Ballard's name for Tim Ballard's personal advantage. Okay, are you sure it wasn't a mix-up, maybe, because you guys both coincidentally have the same surname? But okay, we'll take you at face value on this one. Personal advantage in activity regarded as morally unacceptable. President Ballard withdrew his association. In addition, the Church of Jesus Christ, the Latter-day Saints, never endorsed, supported, or represented our... Well, that just kind of reflects poorly on you as opposed to the other way around, but whatever. The drama comes as Ballard says he's seriously considering a run for U.S. Senate. Yeah, strange how all of this stuff starts to come to light now of all times. All of it kicking off right before the successful film hits the theaters, and now, given the fact that he wants to elevate his own position once again and run for Senate in order to replace one of the most despicable establishment rhino candidates in history. It's just all very coincidental. And oh yeah, what's that? Mitt Romney is a very strong and very powerful member of the Church of Latter-day Saints. Fucking weird coincidence, I'm sure. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.